All right. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Coffee and Crafts on a Friday. It's Friday Follies time, and we have with us today a guest showing up soon. I think I just texted him. He's going to join us here in a minute. Going to teach us how to make $1 million playing craps, right? $1 million challenge coming up. It's going to be a fun Friday and a fun little series for us to run here. So buckle up. It's going to be an interesting one. But before we talk about how we're going to make $1 million playing craps, we're going to go ahead and get into our regular show here, and let's talk about what happened yesterday. We started out with this week with the mind over at the Daily Paycheck, and didn't work out so well for a number of reasons. One is I didn't play it perfectly the system, which you can't do because I was underfunded. I was trying to do it with $2,000, and just not enough money. The thing with these ladder systems, and y'all know I love me some Waylon, right? Waylon and I are. I think we're pretty good friends offline. And I think his mind works different than most people's do. A lot of people have taken what they see on the internet or read in a book, the martingale, like Ken plays it, the D'Alembert, as Waylon plays it, as and Fibonacci, another one, right? Oh, if I just play the Fibonacci on this bet, I'm going to be great, right? If I just D'Alembert this bet forever, eventually I'll be fine. Well, the problem is twofold, right? The casinos don't love that, so they cap the tables, right? On my table here in Seattle, our table limit is $500, right? You cannot run a ladder system with a $500 cap because it'll get you eventually you'll cap out. You're going to get that situation where whatever it is that hurts your ladder hurts you enough times where you can't ladder past the table max, right? Casinos do that for a reason, so they don't get busted or beat every time, because the martingale would never lose if there was no table max. If you had unlimited money and there was no table max, you'd never lose. That's why the martingales can't work, because eventually the casino will get you on that. The ladder that Waylon runs is the same problem. Eventually, you either run out of bankroll to keep laddering, or you hit a table max where you can't go any higher and you're stuck where you are, right? I found with the mind this week that my bankroll at $2,000, even at $10 bets, was just not enough to carry the water when I got low. So I switched out of it and we did the Red Cross. And the Red Cross was great. It's a tough son of a bitch. We're going to talk about that in a minute. But that's what happened if you missed the Daily Paycheck this week. We did 3 days of trying to make the mind work with all these tweaks to kind of help the bankroll out, but nothing helped. So we switched out of it, went back to the Red Cross, and I'll give you a report here on that in a minute. I've got an update for you about a cruise that's coming, and I've got the $1 Million Challenge coming up. So we have a couple things to get into tonight. Friday Night Fights. We have Glenn Galenar, who finally beat somebody not named Corey, which is cool. He's going to be playing against Leon from Great Crap. So that's going to be tonight's challenge. I don't know who's dealing yet. I actually wrote both of them. They're both in to play. I just got to get the dealer group re-engaged. Who's going to deal tonight? It might be me, but we'll see. And of course, you have Big AZ live tonight as well. So that said, let's get a quick update on Craps for the Cure. Now, I got some good news, bad news for you here. Heavy Haltom can't make it. He's going to be in Biloxi. The problem is a lot of these guys are traveling, right? I've got the premier hosting team. They're going to be on a cruise. Heavy's going to be in Biloxi. Michael Shackford's going to be on a hike. A lot of people won't be in town for the live event, which sucks for us. I think part of that is because it's the F1 weekend, the next weekend, everybody's scattered, right? So we're going to do a lot of things live. That'll be just us doing our thing live, which is totally fine. But I'm going to record a session with Steve. I'm going to record a session with Michael Shackelford. I'm going to record a session with Arturo and some other guys. And we'll have these 20-minute sort of interviews and play-along sessions with them that you'll see how it'll be kind of cool how we do it. And we'll play along with them and talk with them. And I'll play those videos during the event from the event. So we'll press the play button. So you'll have good audio, good video, no echoes like we did last year. And they won't be there in person, but they can still participate. They all want to participate. They just can't be physically there. So that's the deal with that. But Heavy is offering up a full scholarship to one of his seminars. It's like a $1,500 donation, right? So that's fantastic. $1,500 from Heavy basically to donate into that. And I mentioned it yesterday. I'll show you details here later on. But Brian from Holy Roller, go check out Holy Roller's channel on YouTube. He's putting up a full cruise for the auction. So we've got, here's some of the auction items we have. And I'm going to go through the list here next week. We've got the full seminar from Heavy. We've got the full cruise from Brian. We've got Jacob from Wager Me. This is old original green Las Vegas style felt. You got my felt from my green one. You've got Dice Dr. Dan has made 4 of these amazing chip holder racks. You've got the hard hat, which has been around the country now 11 times and signed by everybody. That thing's going up for auction as well. I've got my bobblehead John that you saw. I've got the Funko Pop John is coming. Those will be up for auction. David from Casino Quest has got some things going up. So we have a lot of things on the auction. The auction's going to be done raffle style this year. So I think that'll help you bid on more things that you want instead of focusing on one thing. And it should help us to predictably raise enough money. And again, the goal this year is $50K. So we'll start getting more into details. Next week, I'm probably going to show you the items and some other things. But yeah, it looks like Jeff's raised about $3,600 so far. We've got another, I think about $1,200 or $1,400 in the hopper from people that have pre-registered to go. The $50,000 goal is achievable. I think we can get it done, especially when we start looping in the Casino Quest crowd and the Hawaii Crap Shooters crowd into this thing. These bigger audiences, of course, the Color Up Club will be a huge part of it. So we should be rolling along, I think, and doing well. So updates to follow. I have the logos done too. I'm going to order shirts and chips today. So I'm excited about it. It's getting real, man. It's getting real. $50,000 is one dog, believe it or not. And I'm going to have the woman from Vets Moving Forward on with us. I'm not sure when. We're going to talk this afternoon about scheduling. I'll probably just interview her offline, but I may bring her on. It takes $50K to raise one dog, and that's because they buy a dog, right? The dogs aren't cheap. They're bred for this. They aren't like wacko purebreds, but they're dogs that are bred for intelligence and all the things, right? And they're all bred for different things. Like some of them have better sense of smell, some have better sense of hearing, whatever it is for the situation that they're training the dog for. It takes them 2 years, I think, to train a dog to be a service animal, properly trained and blah, blah, blah. Then it takes a year with the vet, back and forth, tweaking the dog to work with the vet. It's a 3-year process to get a dog into the hands of a vet. Hold on one second. I thought I texted it to you. Oh, I didn't text it to him. Hold on. There we go. Buckeye's going to join us here in a minute. It takes 3 total years to get the dogs ready to rock for a veteran and delivered. $50,000. So one dog, $50K. My goal this year for Craps for the Cure is to earn or raise $50K. I'd love to be able to say we put one dog in the hands of one veteran as a group. That would be like the most fantastic thing I can ever imagine. If we can pull that off, that would be like take your shirt off at Casino Quest moment for me. Like that would be the most amazing thing I can imagine us ever doing. But that's what it takes. And the other question that came from Ian was Darth Nader. I have a feeler out to him. I have not heard back from him. But since he's part of Heavy's group and Heavy's down in Biloxi, my suspicion is that he won't be able to make it. I may be able to get him as a separate interview and do a little, I'd love to have him help us out with Bone Tracker. Teach us how to use it and that kind of thing. So there it is. That's the update right now. I got more feelers out and I'm working schedule now. So we're going to have, the schedule should be interesting. I think we got Craps Chat. We got some playtime. We got some roulette in there. Got some dealing practice with David. It's going to be a great show. So, all right, there it is. My update for Craps for the Cure. And yes, Bo will do something. Bo will donate. I'm not sure what yet. He and I are going to talk later this week. He's coming for sure. I'm not sure what he's going to put up for auction yet. So, all right, the Red Cross. So we switched to the Red Cross yesterday. I did a session in the morning. I did a session in the garage, and we did all right with it. Let's see. I'm reading from Buckeye. How do I join? Did I just send you a link? Hold on a second. Click the link. Click the link. Just sent over. Let you in. Okay. Let's see. So far the pre-count is, I think we have 8 so far. Eight people going, and they're all going both days. 8 people going both days, not including me and Ian and Jen. who are going to be working, and Dan, who's working it. People who are just going to show up and do it. And just so you know, I meant to say this yesterday. It's $50 per day to come. That's what we're charging, quote unquote, charging to get you in. I'm paying the $100 too. I mean, it's not like I'm just charging you money. Like we're all paying $100 to get in for both days. It's just a way to help pay for the shirts and the chips and all the swag and the food we're going to buy for the event. So that's all that is. We're trying to make this like a zero cost bet. So Corey's in, fantastic. All right. So the Red Cross. Let's recap the Red Cross from yesterday. Can it be done at $2,500? It can be done. I did it yesterday at 60 on the 6 and 8, 50 on the 5, 35 on the field. I'm going to up the 6 and 8 to 72 and 60 because that will make them pay $84. Okay, 84, 85 for one, effectively, minus the 35 in the field makes them pay $50. That way, it's a $50 win every time you hit a box number. The field pays 35. The ratios are closer to what it's going to be like. With a $40 line bet, that's going to make it $279 out the gate. Okay, I could go $50 on a line to make that easy. I've considered it. Whatever, for $10, it doesn't matter. It would then be about $290 to come. He's not getting the link here. Hold on. There's the link. Boom. It would be about $290 out of the gate. Okay, at a $2,500 in the bank, $300 or thereabouts gets you out about 9 times. Right, 9 cracks at making this thing work is doable. Now, remember, there are some ladders built into it. So you build a ladder into the don't or into the line betting. So it's not really 9 shooters, right? It's probably 6 shooters because you have to ladder up on the losses. So that's what it's going to be. We're going to give it a shot again today. I'm going to go with these levels today, see how that feels. I practiced it a bunch last night, and it seems like it works pretty good. The line play is where the action is. We're going to baccarat the line. We're going to stay on the pass or the don't pass based on if we win or not in the box. And we will ladder up on a loss. So if I lose $40 on the don't, I'm going to $80 on the pass line. What happens next on that win is a parlayed win right away. So you switch sides and you parlay it up after that win. So I ladder up from 40 to 80. I win at 80. It goes to 160. Take that win, restart the process. So it's going to be a ladder parlay on the box. That's how that thing works, and that's where it does good. Yesterday, it was brutal. I caught the wrong side of the chop yesterday, and we never got out of it. We did have one big hit at the end, and it kind of worked out. So Buckeye's not getting my text. Not sure why, Buckeye. He's not getting through. I don't know why. He's done this before. He's been on the show before, so I know that his computer works. What if I can email? Hold on one second. Let me try and. Sorry, folks. This is on the fly producing here. So to Buckeye Slim, link, and there's the email. All right, I'm going to send that to you there. No, I just emailed it to you too, so now you have it there. We'll see if he can get in there, but he's not getting the link. All right, check your email, Buckeye. If you can get in, I will start. I'll start the presentation of what's going to happen, and I'll bring you in. When you come in here, we'll talk. We'll get questions answered. All right, here we go. Let's do it. Let's make $1 million in craps, shall we? How do you make $1 million in craps? Well, somebody in chat, I don't know where that one is. It says start with 2 million. That's how you make $1 million in craps. Start with 2 million. This is pretty cool, actually. This is not a strategy to make $1 million. Okay, it's not play the Molly forever, right? What Buckeye's done here is something very similar to what I did before, and I may bring that back at some point, which is the YOLO. Remember we're doing the YOLO, the 1 roll a day thing? Start with 64 across, 1 roll, press it all. 1 roll, press it all. 1 roll, press it all, right? And just 1 roll a day. Here he comes. We do 1 roll a day, press it all, and beat the 7 25 times with 1 roll a day and a full press, and guess what happens? You make like 100 grand. The YOLO's hard. I've taken it to 7,000 before, right? But it's hard to dodge the 7, 1 roll a day every day. You saw me. I think I failed here like 4 out of 6 days or something when we tried the last time. But that's the idea. You take $64 and you go forever, and Bob's your uncle, and you win 1 roll a day forever, and you can win $1 billion, right? That was the YOLO style. What Buckeye's done is given us a way to do the same thing. Start with a little tiny amount, and if you execute every day with that amount that you're given, at the end of it, you'll have $1 million. So basically, you can never lose. In other words, if you win, if you go and play 190 days in a row and don't lose, the pattern that he figured out gets you to $1 million. So it's insanity, but it's cool. And it's, for us with fake money, it's a fun challenge to do. I think we might find a way to make this challenge a real thing, maybe a crapsy thing. So let me go ahead and I'm going to switch to this screen over here. I'm going to try and bring him in. So give me a second here while I bring in Buckeye. Actually, you know what I'm going to do, Buckeye? You have no audio. Hold on. You have no audio because I have you turned off. That's why. You're not actually in yet. If I do this, can I take you out of the green room somehow? Let me see something. Hold on. Buckeye Slim. Guest is in the green room. Hold on. I'm going to remove from the green room. I think. Can you hear me now, bud? Okay. Can you say something? I can hear you. There you go. I got you. All right. So he's on the line. We're going to let him talk through the monitors here. You guys can all hear him. I will show the screens, and then I'll bring you in, and we'll talk side by side for a minute. Okay? Does that sound good? I don't have like I said, the planning here wasn't the greatest on my part. We literally decided this at 5 minutes to 8, so that's why we were a late start. Anyway, let's make $1 million. Here we go. So here's how the plan works. Make $1 million in 1 year. Okay. The rules that he has set forth here are this. You have to obey the buy-in amount. Okay, so he's going to give you an amount that you got to buy in for and an amount you got to win every session, or whatever that is, right? If you take the buy-in and you make the amount, you're done. You do it again, and you follow this pattern that he's got. You take your buy-in, you hit your goal, you stick to the session count. Okay, again, it's not just making $1 million, it's a challenge. And I'll explain how the challenge works here in a minute, but basically you're going to start out with, I think it's $275 the first month. You got to turn $275 into 500s. Right? You just got to win. You got to win enough to earn yourself $500 because the next month your buy-in is $500 4 times. Each time you have to win 125 or whatever the number is. So you're always all in. You're never buying in for 10% of your bankroll. You're buying in for your entire bankroll every session, winning a goal X number of times per month. That's the way the thing works. It's like this. Month 1, you get $300. You got to win 275. Any way you can, take the whole month to get it done. Month 2, every session is a $500 buy-in. Every session you got to win 150. You're looking to win $600 for the month, but you only get 4 cracks at it. You can't just take the $500 and dink and dunk like I do. You got to win. In 4 sessions, you got to win it. You don't have to win 150 each time, but you only get 4 sessions to win the $600. That's the challenge piece, right? At that point, you're going to have $1,100. Month 3, every session you buy in for $1,000, and you got to win $1,200, which means you get 6 sessions to play in. Average win about $200 per session. So you don't have to win that much each session. You have to kind of average it out. You have 6 sessions to win $1,200 in month 3. And it goes on. By the end of the thing, in month 12, you're buying in for $200,000, right? You got to win 20K 25 times, right? It's not going to be easy to do this, right? But that's the progression. If you follow the progression and you can do it, you can win. And I think this would be a great thing to do maybe in craps. And here's some of the rules. I'll push forward here. The rules that he's got are this. Number 1, a losing session is defined by a 50% rack loss on a 7. Right? Left with 50%, and or you failed to meet the goal for the month. So if I'm on session 4 and I earned $575 instead of 600, start over again. Done. After your losing session, you finish your month out. Yet your total doesn't count. You start over again. Right? Like me with the YOLO. I burn it, go back to $64, and that's how it works. That's the entire challenge. So let's bring old Buckeye on here and let's talk about it in person. Let me get the screen switched. Look, I even got your logo on there, pal. What do you think of that?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, right?
Oh yeah.
300 plus. You gotta get down to your knees a little bit so I can see your face. You're a little bit high, the way the camera is. He's coming back.
Okay.
There you go. That's better. How you doing,
what's up,
man?
everybody? How you doing, John?
I'm doing good. You know what's funny? People ask me all the time, how do you come up with things to do for your show? And I'm like, people email me stuff. And you emailed me last week and go, dude, I got something stupid for you. Something, I think your email subject was, this is insanity, but you should try it. And I'm like, okay, cool, we'll try it. This is the kind of thing I can do this every day live. Like this is going to take, it's 190 sessions, right? I can run this as the preamble to the morning show here every day.
Absolutely.
On the table. It's not going to take long. I'm either going to burn my 50% or I'm going to win 50% in a few rolls. So I'm going to go all in. I'm going to full DJ this thing and have some fun with it. But it's cool. How'd you get the idea?
Actually, I came up with the idea when I was rewatching my interview with King Dice, and he said, you don't become $1 million. I mean, you don't make $1 million playing craps. You don't try to become a millionaire playing craps. And before he said that, I would have absolutely agreed with that statement 100%. This is something you do for fun, something you make a little extra money, maybe supplement some income if you're really good at it. But when he said it out loud, it triggered something in my brain that I call the okay but factor, where you can say something that I agree with, but I'm still gonna want to challenge it. So when he said, okay, you don't play craps to make $1 million, I'm like, okay, but what if you did? What would that look like?
What if you did?
So I sat down with a pen and paper and my calculator and started breaking down numbers. And I said, okay, I want this to be an obtainable goal, so I got to set a time limit. So first I said, okay, can you do it in 6 months? After crunching the numbers, I will say you don't try to make $1 million playing craps in 6 months. Maybe I shouldn't have said that out loud. No, I said it, so it's fine. It's fine.
Okay, but what if I did?
Right. But no, I just sat and worked the numbers out for a while until I felt like it was something that any gamer who has $300 could give a shot to. Winning 275 off of 300, yeah, that can be hard. That's basically a double up. But we see it happen all the time. So if you have it happen to you, start the challenge and go from there. And you don't have to do it all in one session. If you live 10, 15 minutes away from your casino and you go in and win $50 a day, that's 6 days worth of $50. You got your 275. You're ready to go for the next month. So I just wanted it to be something that not only all of us YouTubers could do, but that anybody who's got an extra $300 could give a try in real life.
Yeah, I think it's interesting. Like I said, I set it up earlier because the naysayer in me says, "Oh my God, don't tell people you can make $1 million playing this game because they're going to go out there and burn their house money, right?" But and especially don't say, "Hey, if you send me $100, I'm going to give you a PDF file that tells you how to make $1 million." Like I'm not trying to sell nothing either, right? Because that's all bullshit. But what this is follow the pattern, and if you happen to catch fire 190 times in a row, mind you, it'll work. And if it doesn't work, it costs you $300. It isn't like you're putting your mortgage payment out there. And that's why I think, like when I do my YOLO at the casino, it's $64. Right now my YOLO money is up to like 200 and change, right? If I burn the $200, that'll suck. But it was $64 that I put the $64 out there like 2 months ago. I don't even care about that money anymore. So that's what you're kind of getting at is like, just take your $300, give it a shot and do it. I'm going to do it here on the show, right? I'm going to start this on Monday, just as a live thing. I'm going to publish the rules, and you will too, right? You have a website. You have a website yet or no? You're just working Patreon.
Yeah, no, we definitely had a website up, and I'm going to put it up on the website this weekend, thegamingpit.biz.
Gaming
so I don't know if y'all can see it that far away.
It's the gamingpit.biz, right? Is that what it is? I'm going to put it in chat. The gamingpit.biz is your website. You'll put it up there. I'll put I'll put a spreadsheet up actually that'll track I'm going to make a spreadsheet today that'll track my progress through it that I can, check the boxes. I'll put it up on the Casino Gaming website too and let folks download that, and they can run the spreadsheet if they want to on their own. I think it'd be kind of a fun thing for other YouTubers to give it a shot. Let's really just try it for the hell of it. Like put a short video out every day of me taking 10 rolls to do it and see if we can't get it done. Absolutely. So I think it's just kind of a fun little side bet. It's a great side bet, actually, if you think of it that way. And hell, and I'll be honest with you, if I was doing it for real with real money and I'm like, hey, I'm rocking this thing and I'm in month 4 and I got 11K, I'm like, I might just have to start this over. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I'm not sure I want to go. But anyway, that thing,
Well,
I
see,
think
that's the
it's
beautiful thing about it. That
yep.
I set it up to where if you ever do restart the challenge, whatever money you already won counts towards your overall total of $1 million.
Yeah.
So you're really just going for $1 million. So if you get, 8 sessions in and you log a losing session, you start over the next month with 300, but everything you already won still counts towards your $1 million goal.
You can keep it in there. You can
So
keep it
you're
in the
never
bank. Yep.
really behind the 8 ball by having to restart because you're not restarting completely from scratch.
Right. You can take your earnings and hang on to it, but they don't count towards the challenge though. So if I get to month 4 and I'm buying it for 5K and I lose half my bankroll, that would suck.
Right.
I put $2,500 in my bank. I get to keep that, take $300 out, restart the challenge. The $2,500 doesn't count towards my $1 million goal. It just goes into my 401g and I can play with it later. So I love that part about this. Like it's you put more thought into it than just let's just go get $1 million and say that we're aces, right? So that's
right.
I think it's pretty fun. I think we did is fun. Blacklight says, "What are you 8'3"? I think it's the angle. It's funny. I look tall and fat. I look tall and fat on camera, but in real life, I'm a little tiny guy. I make my camera make me look huge, So,
this is that movie magic they use. Shoot from lower, it makes them look tall.
Well, you know what's funny? Most actors are almost all actors 5'6", because the cameras are all 6 foot tall. The camera tripods they use on the wheels and things, they're all 6 foot. Most actors are tiny guys. It's very rare that you find a tall actor, and when they do, it's an adjustment for the whole system. Like Tom Cruise is 5'5" or something like that, I think. So 5'5", built like a brick shithouse, but he's 5'5". I'll take him. Just saying. So tell me about, before we jump into this other stuff. Actually, I got a question for you.
Okay.
The one niggle that I got in this whole thing is the 50% stop loss. And the reason why I have not a problem with that, but the reason why I got a question about that with you is somebody like Waylon, who does laddering, is going to need the whole bankroll. Like if he gets into a negative space, he's going to need the ladder up to get through it. And 50% means he can't really play his systems, right?
Right.
So can you make an exception if you're doing something like that, right?
I mean, I suppose you could, but see, here was my thinking on that. Anytime that I lose 50% of my bankroll, whether it's in practice or in play, it feels almost impossible to win it back, let alone get into profit. Mm-hmm. So if your overall goal is going to be a month by month, session by session challenge, then once you've lost 50% of the bankroll, you're going to find yourself at a point where you're chasing now. And you don't ever really want to be chasing with this challenge. Remember, you only started with $300. If you get to a losing point in the challenge, you just start over with another $300. But you don't want to chase the next session. So I wanted to prevent the chase element in there. With somebody like Waylon, instead of starting at a $10 table, he might have started a $5 table because it's a $300 bankroll. Or because of the way he plays, he'd be allowed to start with a $500 or $600 bankroll.
See, I'm picturing him. I'm picturing him when he gets to the $5,000 level, laddering with black chips, and going, okay, I'm going to take the $5,000, I'm going to turn it into 600. He's going to need because sometimes his 5,000 goes to 200. And then it goes battle, and he's right back into it because his style is chase, and I want to make sure he's able to play with his style. So that's my only question is for the rest of us that makes good sense. For Waylon or somebody who might wants to do like a Marty kind of a system, it almost precludes them from playing it because they can't ladder then. So
and again, I mean, like if you do get to the under 50% loss. Okay, you might have to restart the challenge itself, but you can continue playing and see if you can turn it into a winning session. It's not like once you're at 50%, go home. It's just once you're at 50%, start the challenge itself over. Start the challenge.
You can still rack it. That sounds cool. All right, I just wanted to make sure I asked the question. So now people, of course, are in chat going, "Oh my God, this is crazy." Jen's like, John can't make 20% of his paycheck shows, but again, the paycheck shows are different, right? Because with the paycheck show, I'm buying in for 10% of my actual bankroll. So I have like 15K, I'm buying in for 1,500, right? My goal is 10%. So I choose very cautious strategies, right? To just win 10%. And I'm checking the bankroll and I'm bugging out. With this one, if your bankroll is 5K, your buy-in is 5K, and your goal is 1,000, you got to go, you got to pedal to the metal. You can't be out there trying to win $10 at a time and squeaking out enough money to buy a hamburger. You're looking at the whole different play style to do. This is a complete degen move in here. This is no safety net, which is why it's fun to try. As like I said, I'll do it on my show as a side thing, as fun, because it's a degen type of thing. It's not a paycheck play. This is not making a paycheck. Right. Which means me and Ken are going to have to go take a shot before I start playing this thing, because you know what I'm saying? That'll be
increases. Oh, my bad. Go ahead.
Yeah, no, so Blackburn says, I play with Waylon on this. He can do it on a small bankroll too. The thing I'm saying is that if Waylon buys in for $1,000, he's laddering something, right? I don't say that he can't do it. What I'm saying is the ladder can get him down into the $200, $300, $400 left range before the ladder starts to pay off again. And so with the 50% stop loss, he can't use the ladder to its full advantage. That's where Waylon would get hurt by this, because he couldn't use the ladder system needs the full bankroll. Otherwise it don't work. So he might have to play different ways or switch out of it when he gets down into that realm. Does that make sense?
Right.
So that's the only thing I'm concerned with there. But yeah, Jen said she'll put up $1,000, 10-1 odds. I can't do it, which is great. I'm sure. Hey, put that up for Craps for the Cure 2024. Everybody bet on me right now. Bet against me right now. Right? Hey, I'll give you 10-1 odds, right? There's no way I can do this the way that I roll, right? No question. But it'll be fun to try, and I think it's going to be cool. So I think what we ought to do here is go to the table and freaking do it. Let's do it right now.
Let's go.
All right, I'm going to go switch screens. I'm going to go here, and I'm going to put you on the spot. Okay, I got to get your camera up there. We got about 20 minutes or so left. Miko, video source, camera, Buckeye. There you go, pal. You're going to coach me through it, right? So level one, by the way, I'm going to go back a screen here. Level one, month one is $300. I got to win 275 any way that I can. I don't have to win it in one session. I can win it in multiple sessions, right? So what I put in the rack, can you see my rack? I got, that's what she said. Can you see? I got to get it. That's what she said joke every day. There's 275 right there, right? I got 100, 200, and so I'll put them this way for you all can see them. 275 in the rack.
300. We got to win 275.
Oh, I got, how much is my buy-in? $300?
300.
$300. Looking to win 275 out of 300. Okay, so question is then, how do you want to play this out? And I'll give you we'll make you the first month winner is going to be you.
All right.
So coach me through playing a $5 table, $300, making 275. What do you want me to do here?
$5 table. Okay.
Yep.
All right. You're going to need to break 2 of those quarters down to nickels.
Okay.
Now, I know you got $5 tables in your area, but the challenge is for a $10 table, so we're going to play the $10.
No, we do $10. That's fine. $10 is fine.
All right. Let's go a quarter on the fast line and a nickel crack check.
Okay. That's it.
Let them fly.
All right, here we go.
Yep, let them fly. Let's see what our shooter going to do for us.
We got a 5, 3-2. 3-2-5. I'll take the crap check away. And there we go.
Okay. Give me 30 each on the 6 and 8. Because it's early in the bankroll, so this is a good time to take some chances.
Okay.
Give me 10 in odds and 10 in the field.
10 in odds on the fist, 10 in the field. All right. We all good?
Yep, all set.
All right. That looks like aces. Oh, my goodness gracious.
Beautiful.
Look at that. There you go. $20. Bam, bam.
All right. Make the field look like 15. Put 10 in the come. And rack the other 5.
You got it. Okay, here we go. Whoops. It looks like a 7.
Damn it.
Typical John.
All right.
Typical John. I am coming.
All right.
This is why I'm going to fail at this challenge. All right, here we go.
Don't forget our comeback. Let's pay.
Come back out.
Don't forget to pay the comeback. We got $20 going back to the rack.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Yep.
All right. This time we're going to do a $10 pass line bet.
All right.
And a $2. Yeah, $2 crap check.
$2 on the crap check. All right.
It was craps 1187, John. We need to come out winner. Get us boosted back up here.
Here we go. An 8. Good point.
All right.
That's a good point.
We'll take the 8.
Okay.
We'll take the 8. All right. Let's go 51 inside, skip the point.
Okay.
And 10 and odds.
You got it. All good?
Yep. All set.
There we go.
Let's go.
All right. Let's go. We got an 11. Midmo.
We'll take that. We'll take that.
Midmo Chiro. All right.
You know
Say
what?
that.
I gotta stay true to my word. Let's go 10 in the field.
All right. All right.
See a hole in better field.
All right. Square pair. Here we go. That looks like a 10. Got the field win.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
6, 4, 10. All right.
All right. Let's go up on the 4 and 10 with the field bet and win.
Okay. All good?
Here we go.
All right, let's do it. That's a 6, 4, 2, 6, $21.
6 goes to 30. And you get $4 horn.
Okay. Here we go.
All right. Rock
There's
out.
a yo. That's a yo. That's a
Let's
good.
go.
That's a good win right there. There you go. Right, $15. Right.
All right.
16
Give me an
and
$8
down.
horn and $2 an all hardway.
$8 a horn. $2 for all the hard ways. That's 2 change.
No, there should be no change. You just split the 16 in half.
Yeah, I put all in your rack and I made change out of your other 5.
Oh, okay.
So,
No worries.
yeah.
No worries.
Yeah. There's your horn. All right.
Here we go.
16 on the horn. $2 the hard ways all the way across. Let's go, baby. Let's go. 5, 5, 4, 1. I'll take that. But we'll take out of the bank $21 for the 5.
All right. 5 to a quarter
All right.
and rack the change.
You got it. Okay. Here we go. Give me something hard here. Hard 10 maybe, huh? Ah, oh, it's a 7. Damn it.
Damn it.
It was a good looking throw though. It was beautiful from 3 feet away.
Another hit on that 5 or 6.
Damn it. We needed something good there, huh?
Yeah,
all right,
we
so
did.
now
Almost 5 or 6.
So by the challenge rules, we are now after a 7 down 50%. So it's a start over. Right? So what you would do here, if this is real life, so there's 125, 145, 148. So we're literally $2 below the 50%. So you're done. Right? So you're done. What you would do in this challenge then is say this. Well, I'm going to rack this up. I'll take it to the bank, put it in my 401g account. Right? Even though it's less than what I wanted, start over again with another 300.
Right.
Right? So you burned 100.5 trying it. So technically speaking,
Right.
you're in to
And
net
you would be
month.
starting with a fresh 300.
That's right. Fresh
Unless you have
$300.
won enough to cover 300.
Sure.
Now, say for instance, this was our second session. So in the
Mm-hmm.
previous session, you won 200. You was looking for the last 75.
Right.
Well, now with that 200 plus this 148, you can take that
Mm.
together. You got your 300 for the next month. The
Right.
48 would go in your 401g. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, I see. I totally
But
see it. Yep.
in this instance, since your first shot at it was a loss, the
Yeah.
148 would go in your 401g, and you would
Right.
start next month with a brand new
With
300.
a new $300. We start over again, right? So that way, so you're down 100, 100 and a half coming into it, which isn't
Right.
terrible, right? And just keep trying that
Right.
until you get the first month to click. Once the first month clicks, then you're in, and you're playing at $500, and you're playing at the higher level. So cool, man. Yep. All right. Well, that's that was our first shot was a big fat L. Let's pretend that it's a. That wasn't
Couple
that bad.
shooters, maybe bets a little bit bigger, being conservative at the time. If I was at the casino, I probably would have played it differently because I got 4 or 5 hours. But
yeah, right.
Slightly bigger bets, that could have got us in and out quick. We could have won our 275 pretty fast. A couple more rolls on each shooter, we'd have been here.
Yeah,
so,
I did this last night with yeah, I was doing last night a little 6, 7, 8. I went like 75 on the don't, and I did the 6 and 8 for $30, and I made it like 3 times. I happened to roll a bunch of inside numbers and 7 out, so it worked out good for me doing it that way. But again, it's degen time, right? So if you do something like that, I would take a quarter here and go nickels with it, and you do something a little bigger, $30 here and here, and $10 down, right? Let's just get a point. Of course, I throw a freaking 7, right? $75 back out, right? Let's catch a point. There's a 10. So the point's going to be 10, right? I come here with $80 in odds against the 10, so I'm going to be all in, right? We're gonna go ahead and fight that 10, get me a 6 and 8, and we'll make our first session win. Oh my God, look what I did, right? There goes old Johnny burning the bankroll out of the freaking gate, right? Oof. Good Lord. Can I, honest to God, make any money ever? There's a 5. But I did this last night and I won pretty quick, right? I took $100 and I said, okay, that's session 1. I put the $100 away, did session 2, won another $100. Session 3, it took me 3 sessions to do it. It was pretty quick, right? There's $35. And I'll take the 2 reds to the 5 and 9, put a quarter in the rack, and I'm just going to work my way outside of this thing. There's another hard 6. So again, $35, and we'll press the 5 and 9 up and take $50 back in. Try and rebuild my rack as fast as I can before this happens. Right there's my 7. But that's the kind of thing you just keep taking your shot at it, and either you get it or you don't. Right? Either you get it or you don't for the first month, and then you just got to figure it out. But this will be fun. This will be a fun thing for us to do in the mornings. Good way for me to kind of spin the time here as we get warmed up. Come back over to my camera here to get spun up. And where are we at? Where are we at? I need to get my. Hold on 1 second. Interview. There we go. It'll be fun to get spun up as a way to wake up every day with the coffee, right? Coffee, craps, and John getting his ass kicked. That'll be kind of the new name of the show. But it'll be cool, right, to have something different to kind of just try than just this typical one roll YOLO. So yeah, the camera curse. I suck on camera, don't I? So I think it'll be cool. And Waylon says play it from the DC, right? I love the DC. Waylon, by the way, put out a version of the Headless Horseman this week, played from the DC. It's pretty cool. It's a good one, but again, it needs a bit of a ladder to make it work, but it's a cool strat. Anyway, this is fun, man. I appreciate you giving me something fun to talk about. It's a cool Fridays Follies thing. I will put out the PDF and the spreadsheet up on our channel, on our website for you. Invite all the YouTubers to give it a shot. Put a couple, put one video out a month of your sessions doing it, and this is let's all make a fake million and practice it and see if we can do it. Right? Again, I think it's
for those who can afford it. Like you said earlier, John, this can be a good side bet. If you go to the casino with $1,500, you can have $1,200 for your normal session, $300 for your challenge. If you get your
Exactly.
275 off the challenge, now that gets locked up and you got your 1200 to keep playing with.
That's exactly how I do
So
my YOLO.
I like
Yeah.
that when you mentioned it as a side bet earlier because I hadn't looked
Yeah.
at it that way, but the wheels got to turn as soon as you said it.
That's my YOLO. So when I do my YOLO, I have my casino chips sitting right here in the rack. I bring them. Oh, my light's on. I bring them with me to the casino, and I
Right.
do my buy-in, and I say, oh, and while you're doing that, go 96 across or whatever I've got here for the one roll. Person does a roll.
Yeah.
I take the win. Color that up, please. I get 2 black chips back in the pocket. It goes. That's YOLO next time. That's exactly how I do it. That money is like it's a separate piece.
Right.
So I think that's the way you treat it as a side bet, not as part of your as your life. And what the hell, man, have some fun with it.
Absolutely. Cool. Absolutely.
Yep. So tell me, while I have you on the line here. So you're I don't know if you're ready to talk about this yet, but you're wearing your swag. So I got to ask you about the gaming pit. Tell me about the gaming pit. This is a thing that you're working through here.
So the gaming pit is going to be the only place outside of Las Vegas where you can go learn, play, and practice casino games without the risk of gambling. Now, granted, we are going to be very similar to Casino Quest as far as we're going to charge an hourly rate flat. And there's going to be no cash prizes. We are going to have challenges that we're going to do on YouTube, things like that. But what's going to make us a little bit different, we have a couple elements that make us a little bit different other than just being outside of Vegas. Right now, Casino Quest is the only place you can go, but it's only in Vegas. I plan to actually spread this out across the whole eastern half of the country. And the only reason I don't have plans to come west is because of Casino Quest. If they decide they want to expand, I want to lead them a whole half of the country where they start. But I just feel like Casino Quest came up with a great way to bridge the gap between casino games being fun and casino games being expensive. So I'd like to take that bridge and spread it throughout the entire gaming community.
Yeah. So you're not doing dealer training. You're just going to have like hourly play, have some fun, do the thing. All right, cool. Very cool. And you're starting in and where we'll have
like private parties, stuff like that.
Oh,
the kind of thing like DiceCon, or if somebody want to have a graduation party, birthday parties, we'll have space for that in our actual store when we open it. For right now, I'm just doing private lessons, in-home lessons and stuff like that.
Where is the store going to be? Your first store is going to be where?
I'm having a hard time deciding. There are a few areas here in Cleveland that are actually good for it. But I'm going to continue. Right now I'm doing market research surveys to figure out exactly where I want to put it. So I've been looking at where I'm getting the best response from people and where they live and what's going to be centrally located to most of those people.
Yeah.
Because I want the first location to be able to really take off.
So what casinos are near you? Are there good casinos in Ohio?
We have Jack Casino here in Cleveland.
Yep.
We have 2 Hollywoods in Toledo and Columbus. And I believe the one in Cincinnati was Hard Rock, but I don't think it is anymore. I haven't been to that one yet. There's also Press Style Downs up in Erie, which is about an hour and a half away. There's MGM in Detroit. Wheeling Island down in West Virginia, who is a $5 table, for those who don't know. I got 2 bits of information.
Nice.
Wheeling Island in Wheeling, West Virginia is a $5 craps table. Okay? All day, even on the weekends. And Press Isle Downs in Erie, PA is about to bring stadium craps.
Cool.
With,
so you can
with
play
an actual table, with you shooting with one.
Yeah.
They're about to bring in stadium craps.
Nice.
So I'm going to get more information from them. I'm going to actually try to do some streaming at those casinos starting up next year.
That's very cool.
So hopefully I can get my channel big enough. Everybody that's subscribed to the 300 Plus Club channel needs to switch over to the Gaming Pit. Anybody that's not subscribed, please subscribe to the Gaming Pit YouTube channel.
Yeah. Well, let's hope they do that because I think you got some fun shit going on. You're not like I was telling Ryan from Mark the Point, like this YouTube thing is hard to do, and you got to find a way to be unique somehow. Like what's the thing that's uniquely you that's that I'm not doing or whatever else. So. Good luck with all that. I'll give you some free advice here, only because I lived this once. Not casino gaming, obviously. This is way back when I had my heart attack and I opened up my gym. It was actually a hockey training center, because here in Seattle we have the biggest adult hockey league in the country, and youth hockey is huge out here, believe it or not. You've probably never heard of it in Seattle, but it is. So
Right.
I decided to open up a training center for kids to come in and do because training on ice is expensive. You got to be there at 5 a.m. It's a fortune. So I said, let's try like an hourly rate kind of a thing, like you're talking about. And we have a hockey rink in a city called Everett. We have one in a city called Linwood. They're all about a half hour, 45 minutes apart from each other. There's like 5 rinks around here. I put our thing right in the middle of all that. Let's go right in the middle, and let's have that way everybody can drive the same 15, 20 minutes to the place. It was a total disaster because everybody had to drive. And what I should have done was picked a rink or an area where there were 2 rinks super close by and just lived with that and say, I'm going to shrink my market to where the people actually are going already to play hockey and done it there instead of trying to put it in the middle where they all lived. It ended up being the most comments I got from people in those days were, you're just too hard to get to. You're not near anything I do, which was interesting. So by trying to be too central, I made a huge mistake. It was a bad choice on my part. I think being closer to where the people are going anyway is it. So if you got a big casino or 2 in the middle, I would caution you to research that. Look closer to where they are. Just my 2 cents. Because they come in and practice. They come in and practice before they go in. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what we didn't realize, that people wanted to practice their shot or practice their skating on the way to playing in their games instead of doing it as a separate activity. And that's what I think David's hooked into in Vegas with casino places. Right near the casinos, go in, you practice, walk out the door, and go lose your money, kind of thing. They got that part figured out. So, all right, well there it is, man. Thanks for being here. Thanks for showing us the challenge and putting it out there. It'll be fun. And thanks for helping me lose the first day. Somebody reminded me it's Friday the 13th. No wonder I lost. We were doomed from the start today to lose. For sure.
I didn't even know that until you mentioned it.
I didn't know either. Nemo just said, by the way, Nemo announced he will be there at Crest for the Cure on Sunday. That's awesome. Get to meet Nemo in person. Yeah, that'll be super cool. All right, pal. That's it. I'm going to go ahead and switch off screen here, and I got to make coffee for the next show. So thanks for joining me. Good luck with 300 Plus Club. Good luck with the gaming pit. Thanks for the challenge, and love you, brother. Oh, one more question.
Thank you for being here, and to everybody out in YouTube land, until you see my face, see my channel, or hear my voice again, and all your endeavors of life, laughter, and love, be safe and stay lucky.
There you go. I have one more question for you, actually. One more question before you walk away. First of all, thanks for fixing your smoke detector. But no, I have to because the world wants to know. At least I want to know, because I'm a freaking nerd when it comes to this stuff. Does King Dice make a good pizza? That's all I want to know. Does King Dice make a good pizza?
He does. The pizza actually is good. I wasn't just gassing it up for the channel. That pizza actually was good. I took a few friends down there for the meeting with him, and they all enjoyed it greatly. In fact, one of them said it was some of the best pizza he's had in Vegas. He's been living here for a while.
I owe him a visit to come try it. And like I said, I'm the biggest snob when it comes to pizza. I grew up in Philly. Don't give me a cheesesteak with anything on it. Get them peppers and mushrooms the hell out of that thing. Give me a pizza with extra cheese and nothing else. So, all right. I'll take your word for it. Now we're out. Now we're out. God bless you. God bless everybody in the channel. I'll see y'all for paycheck. Friday the 13th daily paycheck. God help me. See y'all. Thanks everybody. Goodbye.
Have a great one, y'all.